Hi guys, my name is Habib and welcome again to my channel. So if you're new for the first time, you're welcome, and I promise you this is going to be a very interesting episode of the weekly review. So I want to go over the trades I took this week. Basically just GBP, JPY. I didn't take anything other than that, and I had some trades that I had some positions that I held for weeks, close to 2 3 weeks before I close this week. So let's get on the chart so I can show you everything. So I want to point out three things. I want you to understand three things. As a trader, these are things that probably your mentors or people that are selling mentorship to you are keeping. But I've made a conscious decision to be a bit open about it, and just to share some knowledge on the YouTube space and see how far my channel can go, hopefully. So you want to focus on three things as a trader. Number one, when you get on the chart, you want to be sure about the direction the instrument you want to trade is going. That's number one, the direction. Then number two, key levels. We have lots of key levels. We have psychological levels. We have liquidity zones. We have support and resistance. We have demand and supply. We have Asian high, Asian low, London high, London low, lots of them. So after you've been able to determine the direction of the trade, the direction the instrument you want to trade is going, maybe it's going up or down, then you determine key levels. You mark out your key levels, and then just as important as the two I've mentioned previously is the third one you want to expect to happen before you do anything is the entry. You need to know your entry patterns. There are 2 3 4 entry patterns I use, but it doesn't matter. Even if it is just one, it can be one, it can be two, it doesn't matter. So those three things: direction, key levels, and entry. So these trades, I got 3 trades that I closed this week. I closed full position this week. The first one was a GBPJPY I bought since on the 6th of February, which is this. I held it up until on the 15th. I didn't close, but I've closed partials. I'm gonna go over how I got in the trade in a minute. So I executed another trade on the 16th of February. Can you see? I executed another trade on the 16th of February, and then I executed another trade on the 19th of February. So these three trades was on GBP, JPY, Great British Pound, Japanese Yen. I closed the full position this week. Looking forward to another new month. So no regrets, no regrets. Thankful for the profits, and as a trader, you always just have to be thankful for all you have, because it could have been wrong. It could have been wrong, and it could have been worse. So now, pay attention. The power of the Japanese yen currency index. So the power of the Japanese index, the JPY index, would most likely give you an expo. I like to call it expo, or a map parties of where the GBPJPY is going. After if you are lucky enough to watch this video, you should go on your chart and backtest and see exactly what I'm saying. So the Japanese yen index is negatively correlated with the GBPJPY. When the GPY index is selling, British pound, Japanese yen will be buying. And when the and when the JPY index is buying, GBPJPY will be selling. So in this case, I'm on a daily time frame now on the GPY, on the JPY currency index. So on the daily time frame, we have been selling. It's been a bearish move for a long time now. It's been a bearish move. So as a trader, I'm sure you're familiar with the saying, "The trend is your friend." So nothing in this world was interesting to me than trying to follow the direction of the Japanese yen index. So like I said, when I saw that it's going down, all I was looking for was to buy on the GBPJPY. So on the daily time frame, additionally, after marking, we had a break of structure. We had a break of structure. We had a break of structure. We have extreme liquidity taken out. We have extreme liquidity taken out. Extreme liquidity sweep. And after the sweep, we got like a couple of rejections. And there were not only ordinary rejections, they were sharp spiked. It was obvious that the price tried breaking higher. Price tried breaking higher, but it failed. Can you see? Let me zoom in. Price tried breaking higher, but it failed and closed back in. So let's assume this hasn't happened. Let's assume this hasn't happened. So all my aim and my bias was that the JPY index will be coming down. It means it's going to be bearish. So my interest on the GBPJPY was to buy, was to look for an opportunity to get in, to go long and ride it till whenever. So now on GBPJPY, let's go to the daily time frame. Remember what I said? There's nothing too complete. See, trading can be easy and it can also be hard. Focus on three things: direction, key levels, and entry. Your trade works out or not, you move on to the next one. Your trade works out or not, you move on to the next one. No brainer. So on the daily time frame, the structure on the GBPJPY was also confirming what I saw on the GBPY index. So this was a demand zone that I respected for a long time, and you see, it's also a support zone. We had price reject, 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 rejection, price rejection, price rejection. This is a very powerful support zone, and it's happening on the daily time frame. This is getting interesting. So by the time the market was done with the support zone, it pushed so higher. Can you see? It pushed higher. It pushed higher. It pushed higher. This is a push phase, a very strong push phase. So most likely, when we have a push phase, we would definitely have a we would definitely have an exhaustion phase. The push phase and exhaustion. I'm sure you know what I'm talking about. When we have a push phase, when we have a push phase, now your push phase, price will definitely want to exhaust. I mean, when you have something like this, price would want to exhaust, probably to reach 50% of the previous wave before pushing again, push phase, then exhaustion, 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 before pushing again, exhaustion is sure. So that's what I mean by push phase and an exhaustion phase. So after we had a push phase, two things would likely happen. Is either price comes back and push, is either price makes an exhaustion phase or price continue up, because we can't predict what can happen in the market. So now, uh, I'm coming. So now, let me go on to the 4-hour time frame. So don't forget, this was the eye of the wave on the daily. So let me go back to the daily so you get what I mean. So after the old support and liquidity was taken out and price pushed upward, this eye here is our next buy side liquidity. Yeah, buy side liquidity, which means where price would likely want to seek, where price would likely want to move towards. So now on the 4-hour time frame, you would see that the eye was breaking with the body. It was breaking with the body. This is a body break, which shows that we now have our buy side liquidity has now turned to a break of structure. Are you following me? So when I noticed this, all I was looking for was to capitalize on getting into the trade to go long. So back on the daily time frame, I marked this zone here because we don't know how far price would reverse, or we don't know how far price will pull back. So we can't ignore the fact that there are some valid zones here. There's some valid zones here. So I marked the zone. And another thing, if I check on the smaller time frame, while price was coming back to this zone, it was making some push phase. This uh made some push phase that eventually created a trade line liquidity. Can you see? So this pushed phase, sorry, this extension phase created a trend line liquidity. So don't forget, I've determined my direction. I want to buy. So I was looking for key levels. I marked a zone here. So I was looking for key level and entry pattern. I marked a zone here. And another thing, when the price was making exhaustion phase here, when the price was exhausting, and additionally, I was left with some trading liquidity. This is like an added confluence for me to go long, because price will more likely seek this liquidity, even without creating, even without regarding it or labeling it as trend line liquidity. You know that these are Shopee price actions. This, you can't compare the movement of this price here to the movement of this price here to the movement of this price here. They are Shopee price actions. This is a liquidity pool, so price will more likely seek it upward. So it's like an added confluence for me. So I'm gonna delete this. So luckily for me, on the 6th, on the 1st of February, we hit this zone here and price rejected. And do you know what I did? I did just something simple, just one thing. When price react here, when price react here, and it broke above the zone, gave me a break of structure. Then I was looking for two things to happen. I think I was even really convinced, because if you check the 4 hour, pay attention please. If you check the 4 hours, we have no imbalance. Let me zoom in so you can pay close attention to this place. On the 4 hour, we have no imbalance. You know, this could have been our other block. Well, there was no imbalance. Then this could have also been our other block, but there's no imbalance. So in cases like this, all I like to do is just, to pick my Fibonacci and focus on the golden zone. Golden zone is the area of the Fibonacci, the 0.5 and the 0.618, which is the 61.8% and the 50% of the Fibonacci. So I marked my Fibonacci, and I was looking for opportunity to get in around the golden zone, which you can see here. Then, going to the 15 minutes time frame, remember on the 6th, going to the 15 minutes time frame, after price got to the golden zone, it was rejecting. So there are a lot of things that would happen in the market before you finally make your you get convinced finally. It was making rejection, and I marked this little zone here, and I was looking for price to come back to this zone for me to execute, and that is exactly what I did when I saw that price go back to this zone. Remember, all this is happening in the golden zone. Remember that when I realized that price go back to this zone with some rejections, I entered with a market execution with a 30 pip stop loss, and I managed this trade. I closed partials along the line. That was how I got into the first trade. I just hope this was a bit clear and insightful. Nothing too serious. Then I had in mind to hold this for a very long time. So I was holding these after closing partials, and we were presented with another opportunity. This is a liquidity sweep, and then a week of structure. This happened to be another break of structure to the upside. This is another break of structure to the upside. Then I mark this zone as another. Okay, I marked two zones here. This zone, these zones, because now it's a bit tricky here. That is why you have to know when exactly you need to eat the bullet in the market, so you don't drop the gun or you don't leave money on the table. So on the 4 hour, this is a clear order block with a clear imbalance. This is also a clear order block with clear imbalance, and both had liquidities. They had a clear liquidity. First was this. Okay, this is my lot. First was this, an inducement, and in my previous video, I think I mentioned, so I took a loss around there, and this is also a liquidity. So I was waiting for any of the two zones to be respected before I take action. So this was respected, after this liquidity sweep, and I saw the rejections. And I saw these rejections, I took a trade here. Was it break even? Yeah, I had a break even because you can see this little push up before price, came back down. Then my last option, while I was still holding the first trade, was to look for opportunities to get in here. So when price got to this zone, I took a loss because I initially entered a trade. Yeah, I lost. Then I re-entered another trade. Around this zone because this sharp spike was enough to convince me that price will shoot up. So I entered another trade here, and I held that. That's the second successful trade on the GBPJPY. So I was actually looking to close full position around the last high, which was here. So, but this supply zone here is a bit tricky. But unfortunately, I closed all three positions, but price moved further. But who cares? There's always opportunity in the market. So this supply zone, I marked it, and the supply zone is a very valid zone because it swept liquidity before creating the zone. Liquidity sweep, the supply zone, a very clear imbalance, and some extreme liquidity around it as well. So I marked this zone. I was doubting if it's a weak zone or a strong zone. You never can tell. But after taking this second trade, that is why as a trader, you don't have to be afraid of anything in the market. You have to take decisions logically, irrespective of what happens. So far, you are managing risk responsibly. So um, when I also the same thing that happened here, the same thing that happened here is the same thing that happened here. If you are observant enough, you notice. And when I also noticed this, I marked this zone, and I was expecting price to come back to the zone for me to execute. And when price came back, the price came back, I bought, and it went well, did well a bit. And when I saw that it was, we're having some ranging, and come on, this is the third trade I took, and I have like two trades running already. So I think I closed this full position around this point. I think around this point, yeah. So this is basically all that happened on GBPJPY. Personally, my experience for the past 3 weeks, and I won't be taking any trade moving forward until March. So I'm just gonna, see what the market would do. I'll sit on my hands, study the chart, and see what will be playing out. But personally, for me, I won't be taking any trade till another month. We just have 6 or 7 days till the month ends. So I hope this was a bit insightful, and I hope you learned a thing or two from this video. So please make sure you subscribe, like, and let me know if you have any question. You can leave it in the comments, or if you find this helpful, drop a comment as well. So thank you for sticking by till the end. And moving forward, I will still be dropping more videos and probably doing some giveaways if time and God permits. So thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye.